Hello lovelies, welcome to Lanmoutarot. This is a general reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. I am back and we will be resuming our regular schedule with our weekly reading for each of the zodiac signs. And I'm doing a little bit differently. I pick up an oracle card before as I meditate on the energy, and I'll read a little bit from the book and then we start with our tarot, okay? And this is from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. And for you, Taurus, we pulled David. Hold the space, okay? And it says here, holding things together. Don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong, knowing you're where you're supposed to be. And that's a great message for Taurus. We know, Taurus, you are very strong. You stand your ground. You're an earth energy, and you're very good at that. And Spirit is asking you to, like, basically hold the space, to don't make any sudden changes. You got this. Just wait for things to develop, okay? And the white, long white hair here is denoting wisdom. There's so much wisdom here, and almost like deep knowledge. Not so much knowledge that you learn from the books, knowledge from experiences, knowledge that has been passed on. Okay, just looking at this card here, it's such a beautiful image. And we ask Spirit, what additional message do you have for our Taurus friends? And that's way too much. We can do all that. And they're telling me, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. That's what we do. At the bottom, we have Hermit. Hermit. Find number 9. Hold the space. And hold the space for yourself as well at this point here, Taurus. Okay, having the Hermit at the bottom of the deck here for you. You're almost at a completion with number 9, but you need to hold a little bit longer, just a little bit longer. Hold the space. And here we have a stack of cards that came out, and yes, they want me to read all of them. I almost put them back. It's like, yes, you can. There we go. Queen of Cups for you, Taurus. Deeply emotional energy here, emotional energy, but it's in a way, looking at this Queen of Cups here, there's not an image of a person in this Queen of Cups, but we have 2 lotus flower and that cascade of energy creating that almost like underneath the water. The reflection of what's happening above is reflecting underneath the water. So it's like there's feelings. If there are feelings here, the feelings are very deep, and it's this kind of feelings that are just not surface. It's the kind of feelings that as you say, as above so below, right? That's just deep. That's just deep within, deep in the on this plane, and also deep in the 5D world, okay? And here we have the Hierophant. Yes, someone here, I felt that energy with having David here for you. Look at the imagery here with that High Priest. That's what I call the Hierophant, the High Priest. And there is that's like the imagery of the Pope. He's doing that 2 finger we usually see with the Magician, as above so below, to go, the 2 fingers on the left hand are going up or going below, and he's holding that scepter here, specter, I think that's how they call it, to hold up, right? The energy is going from up above, and the head dress here is like a cone, a pointed cone, and if you follow it here, it creates a triangle like along the body here, like there's such a deep symbolism in this card. And there's a whole person within. Look at this. That's the High Priestess at the bottom here of the robe, like that says, that's feeding that High Priest. That's the image of the High Priestess here with that. Oh my goodness, this is so much. It's so deep. I don't think I ever really looked at this card in that way, right? We have a child encrusted in that star that's on his chest. This is the image of, like, we think of when we think of like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, right? This is the Father here. That's what we're seeing, the God that we worship, that we want so much. And then this is the Son encrusted on the chest, and the Holy Spirit, that's what's deep within, coming from deep below in that in the sacral chakra area, that's feeding all of that. And look, the crown, it's almost like there's a dome. It's aligned specifically to that dome that's opened up. to, there is a triangular shape. There are pyramid shapes all throughout this figure, depending on how the light here, I'm using natural light and it's going up and down. You can't really see it. That's going all throughout this card. There is a star here. This is a triangle here on all along this card. This is so deep right now. I could go on and on studying this card, talking about this card. But what we know here for you, Taurus, you're being called on a tall order here, okay? A tall order of holding the space. Holding the space, first of all, for yourself, and holding the space for other people, to create that path for other people. That's why we have David showing here. It's saying don't make any sudden changes. Let's go back to this. This feels so good. And by the way, I just pulled it on the High Priest as I pull out the card, intend and create. But let's go here. It says to stand strong knowing you're where you are supposed to be. Stand strong knowing you're where you're supposed to be. And what's at the bottom is the Hermit. Stand strong. Just stand still and stay in your stillness. Be strong about it, knowing you are where you are supposed to be. Hold things together. This is the High Priest. The High Priest knows things. And I was saying, David, like there's a sense of wisdom from life experiences, wisdom from knowledge has been passed on. But the Hierophant here also have a wisdom. Wisdom also from learned wisdom. Wisdom from having studied the mysteries, okay? When oh my goodness, I've been saying David, it's a druid. Can you believe this? When the druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you're wondering what to do next, or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it's time to shift your perceptions and move back to a state of trust. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let everything happen as it needs to before taking any more steps. Think of a tree. It has strong roots, yet continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. So be a tree. And I keep saying David, David, David. Indeed, it is druid. I guess that's why I went back again to the book. I'm looking at the card. I'm saying David, David, David. Druid. That's what we're looking at here. Be the tree. Be the tree that stands still. And yes, there's so much happening inside at the roots and at the top, right? The branches are growing. They're making fruits. The roots are expanding, are staying healthy, being nourished by the soil, nourishing the soil. But the tree stands still, right? But there's still so many movements. Stand still, stand your ground, hold the space, Taurus. This is like a tall order for you here. Stand strong in your position as to where you are. Be the Hierophant in all your wisdom and knowledge, okay? And again, we have the Knight of this. This is a slow-moving knight. This is a knight that takes its time to bring the message. Before you receive that message, how you process a message, if you're supposed to receive it, because I say receive first, or if it's you who's relaying a message, take your time with it, and I feel like you will, okay? Don't make any sudden movements. Princess of Swords here. That Princess of Swords, some of you may be dealing with a younger energy here, younger air energy. I feel like there may be someone who's trying to, there may be people in your midst that are trying to instigate something, that are trying to poke you, that are trying to get a reaction out of you, okay? That this is what you're facing, exactly, like they're facing you, and the way there's like so much chaos happening here in the stillness on this side. It's as if to say, like, just know yourself and stand your ground, no matter what's coming at you, no matter what kind of impulsiveness, or no matter what people are asking of you, trying to get a reaction out of you, stand your ground, okay? And also to pay attention to the details, whatever it is that if it's a situation, a decision you're contemplating, to take your time to study every aspect of it, to read all the details, okay, of a proposal, if that's the case. And here we have the Chariot. When it's time to move, you will know. When it's time to be on the move, you will know, because the Chariot is here at your disposal and the wheel is turning. It's not all up to you. The person pushing that chariot has the wheel of fortune in his hand. The wheel is turning. When it's time for you to hop on that chariot, spirit, you will know, okay? You will get that nudge. But for now, you're being asked to hold your ground. But the time to move here is not too far, because the Hermit is at the number 9. And again, number 9, near completion, going towards the end. And what's the last card we had at the top, the very end? The 10 of Wands, the end. From the 9 to that's the ending. The ending when we're supposed to move, it's coming. The ending when you're supposed to lay down the burden, to lay down all these big responsibilities that you're being asked to take on, to hold the space for everyone and for yourself. That ending is coming. It's coming soon, but it's not yet time, Taurus. Okay, it is not yet time. If this is a love situation, you're waiting, you're trying to come to an understanding with someone, family planning, whatever it may be, when it comes to a love situation you're dealing with, do not make any sudden decision. Do not be too drastic, too hasty, okay, in going forward. Take your time with it. Hold the space for now, okay? Let someone else do the talking. Let someone else explain themselves. You listen. You pay attention to the details. You pay attention to the conversation, but do not yet make any decision or lay down all your hands, okay? At the bottom of the deck, we have past life relationships. Of course, you have known each other before. Yes, if this is a relationship, this is a very deep relationship here, okay? There's a lot of that has gone on, not just in this life, but in prior life. There's a lot of energy here. There's a lot to consider here. There's a lot of emotions here, okay? And you're very serious about it, okay? You're very serious about it. And it's a serious relationship too, because the Hierophant is about higher level of commitment. The Hierophant is not just about the mystical aspect, you know, the high pope, the high priest, you know. It's also the high level of commitment. If it's a relationship, you're talking about marriage here. Okay, you're talking about having children together, like a family situation that's very serious. If it's work, it's like you're a leader in your work. Whatever it is, it's the level of responsibility is very high, and that's what you're being asked for anyways. But the end is almost here for you to lay down this burden. The end is almost here for you to be able to start moving again, for that chariot to start wheeling, okay, to bring you that victory. The chariot is also a card of victory. And here we have the card that flew to the floor is passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And that's what you're gonna get to at the end of all of this. You're gonna be able to have a moment of release, okay? This is not going to be holding the space. Being in that hermit phase can feel very stuffy, especially when you feel like you're being called to do it. It's not something that's coming naturally to you, okay? And that's what you're being called to do at this point, to hold the space, to stand still for a moment, to be still for a moment. But the moment for release is about to happen, for you to let down all the burden, to let down all these responsibilities, to move forward, and you will be able to allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. That is your reward for having gone through that phase, for having find a moment to temper yourself in the situation, whatever this is that's developing in your life right now, Taurus. I hope this shed some light in your whatever it is that is your situation, and I thank you so much for your continued support. The first week of July reading will be uploaded by the end of the weekend, and thank you so much. Come back again real soon. I'm sending you so much love. Bye.